1769, the transit of Venus pulled Captain Cook halfway across the world to Tahiti. As the Europeans stepped into 18th century Polynesia, Tupaia, a Tahitian high priest and navigator, could see that his world was about to change forever. He joined Cook's expedition and changed the course of history.
Tupaia, c'est-à-dire poser les pieds. Tupa, c'est poser les pieds. Tupaia, il a posé les pieds. Tupaia.
In 2012, two men, an artist and an historian, follow the traces of their ancestor.
I arrived. This is the meaning of Tupaia.
Hang on, we got a different translation on that one.
Time and a European retelling buried his story.
The people here, the young people here, they are the source of this incredible historical moment where Tupaia gets onto the Endeavour and goes on this humble trip. He had such an impact on the rest of the world, but he's been disappeared in the history, our history, the Pākehā history, and also back here in the French history.
That's been really quite an eye-opener.
They follow the trail of his personal belongings through British museums.
I think Banks perhaps would probably have seen Tupaia's gifts, the things that were given to Tupaia, as his own property. That's probably true. And that therefore probably simply appropriated them when Tupaia died.
Did anyone know that these watercolours existed?
No.
No?
It's the very first time for me.
And the exciting part is the very first time that a Polynesian has collaborated with using Western medium or watercolour.
He was an artist. He was a tohunga. He was so much. He had so much hat on his head.
Through Tupaia, two Pacific nations rediscover their connections.
Tu connais pas l'histoire de Tupaia? Non. He knows a lot about Tupaia for someone who's never heard of it.
Ça, c'était une histoire entendue. C'était une histoire entendue. Et là, il me dit ça. Alors, il faut normalement, c'est interdit.
That was a story that was lying dormant.
Ouais, c'est pour ça que normalement, c'est tabou. Hein. On peut pas raconter de ce... C'est comme si on est en train de nous casser encore plus.
Et peut-être aussi pour les personnes âgées qui savent ces choses-là et qui les cachent parce que la religion interdit d'en parler. E piti tuhua, I roto I tei. Te tuhua no te motupuna e te tuhua no te.
I'm sorry for that to see the mother like this. Feel pain. I like cry, scream.
Tupaia's story opens a doorway across the far reaches of the Pacific, between Tahiti and her youngest cousin, Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Tupaia is here again to remind us that the image that we receive of the good savages is no longer valid.
Yeah, Tupaia, you are the symbol of Tupaia.
You imagine for Māori that this extraordinary looking craft, or whatever it is, floating island maybe a great bird, you know, they didn't even know what the Endeavour was at first. And then a high priest from Raiatea stands on the beach after there's been a shooting. They've never seen anybody shot before, you know, being killed at a distance like that. That must have seemed inexplicable and extraordinary and some kind of, you know, power from somewhere. And the guys perform this haka on the opposite bank of the river, which would have been the haka of all time.
Yes.
And so they'd bring out all the stops because they would be putting all of their mana on the line, I'm sure. And then Tupaia calls out to them in Tahitian.
And, I think
and they understood.
That was the moment. I cried when I was reading that text.